Okay, so today's Saturday challenge question is move zeros. We have an array of numbers. We need to write a function to move all the zeros towards the end of it while at the same time maintaining the relatively order of the non-zero elements. So the example we have 0, 1, 0, 3, 12. We basically need to push the non-zero elements towards the left side of the array, become 1, 3, 12, 0, 0. And we need to solve this problem in place. Basically, what we need to do, the only thing that we can allow to do is to swap the numbers or just reassign numbers in certain locations. That's the only two operation we can do to make this to still maintain that the algorithm to be in place. And we need to somehow minimizing the total number of operations. So that's a very straightforward two-pointer solution. We have a left pointer always pointing at the leftmost zero, the location for the leftmost zero. Doing the scan, we have a right pointer always pointing to the next non-zero element, and we just swap those two things. It's guaranteed to be the minimum number of operation because all we essentially doing is just picking the non-zero element and put that into its rightful location. So that's the minimum number of swaps that we need to do to solve this problem, which is equal to the number of possible integers numbers in the array. So so the time complexity is n. Because we scan through the whole thing just once, and for the space complexity is the constant. We'll have only 2 pointers. The number of operations is equal to the number of non-zero element in this array. So that's the analysis. Let's code this thing up. All right. So basically, we have initialize 2 pointers, left, which is 0, and right is 0 as well. The left is going to pointing to the leftmost 0, and the right is going to pointing at the next non-zero element. So while we haven't reached the end of this array, we're gonna increment the second pointer, the right pointer, and the condition to do a swap is that the numbers is non-zero. If the right pointer points to a 0 element, we just skip that and try to. So the row of the right is to find the next non-zero. Left is always gonna pointing to the current 0. So there's only one thing we need to do here, which is just swapping the 2 elements, the numbers at these 2 locations. And after that, we need to increment the left pointer. So that's the solution to this question. Let me see if we have any obvious errors. So we are initially to be pointing towards the very first element. We try to move the right pointer towards the right to find the next non-zero element. And if we find one, we try to swap and increment IL. If it's 0, we move forward. So that makes sure that the left is always pointing towards the 0 element there. And to avoid another swap, I guess we can put here. So no, we shouldn't do that. Okay, I think this is the code. Okay. Yep. So far so good. I think these the happy number and the move zeros, these two, even though they're easy, but there might be follow-ups, needs to be studied better.